right, man. Whenever you're ready.
Welcome to Critical Media Guys Facts Machine. This is a new mini cast that me and Mr. Saturn do. Mr. Saturn, introduce yourself.
This is Mr. Saturn. Yo, what's up?
I don't have a name yet, so we'll just keep going with what we've been going. So
Hey.
A. So, Mr. Saturn, what are we doing tonight?
You're gonna tell me about She-Ra and He-Man,
Okay, so
right?
everybody's like been into She-Ra lately, and it's like pretty cool. And I like the approach, the art style, the like empowering like young girls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like, man, why do people want to introduce He-Man back into that show? Like, if you think about it, He-Man isn't that interesting in comparison to what they like redid with She-Ra, because like even without what they redid, she was a bad guy that turned good. Like she was literally from the bad guy's side and was bestowed the power and decides to defend good instead.
You see, I don't actually know anything about She-Ra. I did watch a good bit of He-Man whenever I was younger, though.
Yeah, so you know the plot. He was just given a sword
Yeah, but
and
he
he just
has the
becomes
power.
He-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
He's fighting Skeletor, and
the
sometimes there's little tiny versions of Skeletor.
yeah, like I've like only watched a little bit of the old He-Man because my older brother was feeling nostalgic and he was watching it, and I was like, man, this is like toy shilling to the max.
Yeah. For
Like
sure.
I understand. Like I've watched cartoons and I understand that this is a strategy that toy companies do. It's just like let's make a visual medium for kids to watch so we can sell the toys. Well, this one was like doing it hard.
I mean, a lot of things did that back in the day, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Star Wars and all,
Yeah, it's
all
the
that
name of the
jazz.
game.
Yeah.
So this is where my pitch comes in. So they never really introduced this character in like any visual medium. Maybe the comic books, not entirely sure though. So he was mostly a toy that like went unproduced for years until they like made him again. Like they made the classic toyetic version from the 80s and then they made like the updated version that has like more articulation. And that's Hero.
Yeah. Hero.
Yeah,
Or
I like saying Hero.
Oh.
So like yeah, it's Hero obviously, but it's like
But that's He-Man?
no, it's the way he's set up is that he's from the future and the past, if I remember correctly. Like, yeah, no, he's from the past. He met King Grayskull.
Okay.
Like most of my like understanding of He-Man was from the 2002 one.
Okay.
That one was like more leaning into the space Vikings aspect and like made it more like Shazam, where like I'm a skinny prince guy turned into a huge 7 foot tall dude, kind of like Shira. But with this guy, I'd say you can have a different approach. Like that's King Grayskull, way cooler version of He-Man. Doesn't need to like transform.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah.
He looks exactly like He-Man.
Yeah, no. Like when
A
you
lot of
watch
these
the
people do,
episode,
yeah.
it's like he's the one that created the power, like the power sword.
That's why he says by the power of Grayskull.
He is the literal Grayskull he's talking about.
Yeah.
They had an episode in the 2001, and like, brah, he is so dope. He had snake armor and shit. I don't like the name He-Man. It's just it doesn't like it doesn't ring very well and like it doesn't roll off the tongue really well as it used to. Like She-Ra,
Yeah.
it rolls off the tongue much better. But like He-Man and She-Ra, there's like no connecting feature to it, which is where my pitch came from. And due to the news that just came out, they're making 2 He-Man series. This is no longer how to introduce He-Man into She-Ra. It's more, I think, Hero is the better version of He-Man. So like, let's start with like step 1, then name.
Okay.
Literally, what's cooler, He-Man or Hero?
Hero is cool.
Yeah.
But do they say Hero or do they say He-Ra?
that's the thing. He's never appeared in cartoon.
Oh, okay.
He's just an action figure and like maybe a mini comic. What makes him cool is his power set as well. So he has his staff that like has 3 different colors.
Yeah.
Each color corresponds to a different power, which is like because he's such an underutilized character, you can literally go anywhere with him.
There's a lot of shit on him for him being an underutilized character.
Yeah, right. That's such a good design. I mean, like look at the old toy version. Like it's still a better look. Yeah, that the illustration one also shows it off pretty well. But like,
Oh, okay.
it's I'd say he looks more interesting than just like loincloth bowl cut man.
Well, I mean, you got to think about also like these are. I mean, I don't know. As a little kid, or as remembering being a little kid, wizards are cool, but like for some strange reason, like the the character that puts all of his stat points into strength is more, for some strange reason, more interesting, even to the kids that aren't doing that.
Yeah, no, like don't I understand like having like
Having a
strong
staff is
brawler
different.
character is
Yeah.
cool. This is where I want to bring my pitch in. So, because he's so underutilized and you can literally go anywhere, I'm doing like a full rewrite of this character.
You're writing some fanfic? Is that what?
No, I'm just doing like a full like rewrite pitch. Like I just want like people to hear my idea and just go, "Yeah, that would be cool." That's all the most I can want.
Oh, okay.
First things first. No longer He-Man. It's just Hero instead. Introduce
Okay.
that character. No longer is he She-Ra's brother.
Wait, he's She-Ra's brother?
He-Man is She-Ra's
Isn't
brother.
She-Ra from Thundercat? Wait.
No,
What am I thinking of?
Thundercats is a totally different thing, which also had a great reboot. Bring back Thundercats 2011.
Yeah, whenever I Google She-Ra, isn't it? Okay. Reboot Princess of Power, series of toys. Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I see
okay.
what's going on. I was like, there's a crossover. No. Okay. Yeah.
No,
All right.
she's always been He-Man's sister.
We're on the same page now. My bad.
Yeah. So, throwing away the whole like blood relation and such, it's just She-Ra, and Hero would just be. I'm keeping the past thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to be King Grayskull's son, Ro,
Okay.
and his sister was called Ra, and that's where the She-Ra.
Oh, that's
came
dope.
from.
Actually, I like that.
Yeah. So King Grayskull split his power in half to give it to his 2 kids, Ro and Ra. So through time shenanigery, I was honestly thinking like they just stumble upon a frozen Ro, but like that's too Avatar: The Last Airbendery.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with Meteor. Just crashes onto like the She-Ra world, and it just cracks open, and you find like a 10-year-old boy.
Well, I would have thought you would have gone for like a Green Ranger, like revitalizing, like arc.
Well, no. I want to like fully like just new character entirely, Hero, and it's just like
Okay.
this is just like me pitching, and like anybody can do better than me. Anyhow, I just want this idea to be heard because I think it's a good one. So instead of it being like I'm a teenage man or I'm a buff dude with a pink shirt who turns into an even buffer guy, it's a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And 10-year-old kid like has like you watched the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, right?
I did not.
Okay, Google Dungeons and Dragons cartoon and Barbarian. Like that character is almost exactly the visual look I was thinking of his human form when he's just Ro. He's like
Okay.
right? He's just like all fur and stuff, and he has like bushy brown hair with like a cool tiara.
This poor little kid.
Yeah.
That's not
but
Is
like
that?
instead of an axe, he has just like a huge like mace thing, like with a guard and stuff.
Yeah.
And like Shira's just like, well, this is just a random little kid. I should help him out. And like, she helps him along the way, and like, et cetera, et cetera. It's right. She gets in danger, and just like Ro goes, by the power of Grayskull, and like his mace thing opens up, and there's a colored jewel, and it spins into a different color. And this is where like my idea comes in. Each color turns him into a different person,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
different type of person. So his blue gem.
Yeah, you got like a Ben 10 thing going on.
Yeah, his blue gem, yeah, but like more limited. His blue gem turns him into like a blue cloaked wizard man who's very tall and like very wise and like magic.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's yellow or red for the other ones, but like
Let's see.
so he has the blue gem makes him into a wizard guy. The yellow gem, or I think green gem, like I just don't remember. The other two gems, one gives him a like, oh, I'm a big roided out like warrior type form, and the third one is like him just turning into like a weapon.
Wait, what?
A weapon.
Like
Like
to
Soul
be
Eater.
used or okay.
Like he turns into a sword of Grayskull, and like Shira picks him up and like swings with him.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I was thinking like it's a form that's like amorphous that lets him change into whatever he wants.
Okay, yeah. So like, if you happen to need a spear at the time or something like that, there's a lot of versatility there. But
Yeah.
also, yeah, I don't know. Like the fact that I like the idea of both of them working together, Shira and Hiro. Like
Yeah,
that.
and like he keeps thinking that it's his sister because she looks like her,
Yeah.
but like I'm not, but I'd like to. It's just like builds a familial relationship between them that they choose to bond.
Yeah.
It's a family that they build instead of find.
Sounds neat.
Mm-hmm. And just like it would just be fun to have like this like shenanigan type character, and like it's just a 10-year-old kid, and like everybody can relate to that. Just like being
Yeah.
a kid who can't really do much, but then you can turn into a like super smart wizard man, or a super cool like barbarian dude, or literally anything.
Man, what was that terrible book series that made a terrible movie? But it was about like
This is from the 2001.
okay.
Like this one looks how it looks. Oh, what are you saying? Are you describing Percy Jackson or something?
I think it was it was like a Percy Jackson movie, but they had like tattoos and they had like different sects of the society that they would like separate into, like, oh, these are erudites and these are like I'm trying to remember.
That does not sound familiar,
Oh,
but it does sound like a YA novel,
what's a YA novel?
young adult.
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely a young adult novel. But anyways, yeah, like having different aspects that you can relate to makes things a little more poignant and stronger for sure.
And like I forgot the like main like draw that like makes him like appeal to a single sect of like single part of the audience to focus on. He has a prosthetic leg.
Hey, I like prosthetics.
Yeah, what I was thinking is like the whole like just barbarian thing makes him look a little plain, but to make him give that tech barbarian look, robot like.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a robot like. He's just like
Robot arms are cooler.
right, like the dude from Voltron.
Yeah.
He doesn't just have a robot arm; he has a floating robot arm.
What?
Yeah, it's just
I
like
gotta look that up
it's,
now.
it's connected via energy.
Voltron robot arm.
Good. Yeah, that.
It floats? Oh, dude, that's weird, but cool.
Yeah, like it's look at that one.
All this is rad.
Yeah, like Voltron Also a great Netflix property that like got revitalized and became super cool. Kind of petered out at the end, but I was like, I'm glad you ended it at the very least.
Mm.
But that's my favorite character, Shiro. Like, uh, what made him cool is that like he's kind of the odd duckling of the group because he's literally a grown ass man hanging out with these teenagers.
Okay.
But he's very maternal towards them. That's why he's the leader of the party. Uh, and like add to that, he's a like he has PTSD. He lost his arm like during alien gladiatory fights.
Wait, we're still talking about Hero?
No, we're talking about Shiro,
Oh.
the Voltron character. But like, uh, I'm just saying, like revitalizing a character and making them absolutely different sometimes makes them like really cool and like gives that show like weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the first time that I remember it happening was like whenever Vegeta turns into a good guy, or like turns into a neutral, chaotic guy.
Or like the way they rebranded Deadpool to be a good guy.
Yeah.
Like Deadpool used to be a like literally hired bad guy. He was in like people's way. He wasn't even like fourth wall breaky yet. He was just quippy.
Yeah, yeah.
He was quippy and had no feet.
Oh my God, have you seen those comics with Deadpool and Spider-Man where
I've read a lot of those, but my favorite one is where they just do a Yo Mama off
do
to
they?
each other.
Oh,
Like
that sounds good.
yeah, Yo Mama's so ugly she made this, and he just like ripped Deadpool's mask off.
No, like the one that sticks in my mind is whenever Deadpool's just like killing everybody and Spider-Man's like, "Wait, have you been killing everyone?" Like that's that's not what I do. This is not I thought we were just trying to get, the goals finished, not kill everyone.
Deadpool is like the best example of a chaotic neutral character, I feel.
Yeah. He's good.
Like he will
He's
jump
strong.
from being good and evil just like snap of a finger.
For sure, for sure. Um but yeah, that sounds like a good premise. I feel like that would be a stronger show than just like you said, buff dude becoming even buffer dude.
Yeah, like why not child with robo leg turn into tall wizard man or angry barbarian man
Well, don't you
or
feel like also
amorphous golden blob.
but don't you feel like also like a lot of people relate to Superman, but also he's an alien, right? And but so that gives him a type of otherness, like
Mhm.
having Hero come from a
Well,
like
he's a
meteor.
child out of time.
Oh yeah.
He's literally from the past where the power came from. He's the son of Grayskull. That's where I was like going with that and like keeping the whole past aspect of him, why he has like barbarian leathers and a robot leg. Because they were still like space Vikings.
Yeah, him being a kid would help a lot too, I think.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah, like look at that picture. Like that's exactly how I feel like he's just in his human form, like swinging his golden mace
yeah.
that like hides the gems inside of it.
Okay.
But like, it you kind of hit the nail with the hammer when you said like Ben 10. I'm like, yeah, Ben 10 is kind of like more fun Shazam. Like instead of one form, it's just like I have a lot of forms.
Yeah.
With this one, it's just like 3, and that third form is like
I mean, after 3, they kind of like you get tired of animating like other things, but also
yeah, no. Sometimes you just like stick to what looks cool and you just animate that.
yeah.
Like
But yeah, no, that sounds like a much better premise. Can't wait to see what they actually do with it.
yeah, I mean, like, yeah, there's one that's like being made by Kevin Smith, and there's a CG one too. So like, I think they're separate from each other, but it's just gonna be interesting for sure.
Mm.
I just wanted to like get my idea out there so people can like hear it and like, oh yeah, hero, bring hero.
Sounds good. Yeah. But now it's more like opinions machine.
I dropped some facts.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, we'll put some draw cards on that. Fact number one. That's what we'll do. All right.
Fun fact:
Yeah.
Thundercats, He-Man, Silverhawks, and I think Brave Star, animated by the same studio.
I could see that. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna pause it.